Best ways to break the ice and make yourself stand out whenever you find yourself in any place at all is to take people along with you. You know, those beautiful moments when you're just in one corner, sitting down and without any care in the world, and you just have a book right there in front of you. It kind of like draws people in. It gives you an extra idea of work, of depth, of being intellectual. And trust me, it has worked for me over and over again. I'll cite an example. Recently, I was at the airport and I had a copy of this with me, Talking to Stranger by Malcolm Gladwell. I was flipping through copies or through some of the pages, and it drew attention of a number of people around me. And I mean, I was unapologetic about it. It felt kind of good and world in that particular moment. Reading is my superpower. It's one of those things that I delight in. I could go on and on about how fascinating books are. I could tell you how I love the first smell of books that just came out of the printing press. I could tell you how I love the way words are intertwined to convey deep meanings, how they are used to convey experiences, concepts, tips, notions, and how those words just sink into my mind and make me want to do so many things. You can tell already that I'm very obsessed with books. I sell books for a living, and beyond just that as well, I love storytelling. I particularly get fascinated when I have a memoir with me. I love how I can read about other people's experiences. I love how I can sit down and get into their minds. I also love how fiction stories can be. I particularly love African fiction because they are quite relatable for me. So before I get everybody all excited about what to hear, I'll start asking you questions about what you've read recently, and I hope to do that after the session anyways. I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about how I found myself through books. So this is me. Oh wow. This is 9-year-old Tobi Eyinade. Beside me is my dad. My dad is late, and it was on my prime. It was this day I was graduating from primary 6. I was 9-year-old. I was impressionable. Like, I was clueless about what the world had in store for me. But then, I found out so many other things about the world as time went on. I found out that beyond the things that my dad used to tell me, beyond how my dad used to tell me how beautiful I was, how my dad used to call me Elesusi. That practically means like a damsel in Yoruba. Dad calls me Elesusi, and then I got into junior secondary school, and it was quite the opposite of that experience. I mean, there were girls around me that would always tell me that, oh, your head is so big. Like, why are you so big? Ugly, and what have you. Kind of like affected my self-esteem, but then I thought that was going to be the end of it. I got into senior secondary school, and my senior secondary school had this policy then. It was very compulsory for every girl to wear a green beret. And for some weird reasons, my beret just never fit into my head. And it sort of like corroborated what everybody else had always said, oh, perhaps your head was quite big, and all that. Also in secondary school, I remember how it was my slightly above average performance in mathematics that earned me the attention of my first crush. I also remember how, while in secondary school as well, after reading a copy of Half of the Yellow Song by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, I was so excited. I read the book in 24 hours. I got into class and wanted to share the excitement with other people. But guess what? Nobody could relate with what was shocking me in court. They all felt like, I mean, what's she talking about? But then I knew I had found one thing that was so special. I knew I had found something that I could indulge myself in. Little did I know that as time went on, I was going to come, that was going to play a very significant now in my life. I never knew that I was going to end up to become a bookseller. As I began to grow, I struggled with self-doubt a whole lot. I began to second-guess myself, and the only way I could deal with those issues was through books. Even as an adult, it lingered on. I remember I discovered that in order for me to do those many issues, there were so many things I needed to get done. And guess what? One of the books that helped me to tackle that particular issue was Shonda Rhimes' ELBS. Oh, I love Shonda Rhimes. ELBS was phenomenal for me because, I had always been watched Grey's Anatomy. I'm a huge fan of Scandal. Anybody that knows Scandal, I'm deeply fascinated by storytelling. And by the time I picked up a copy of ELBS, I was deeply fascinated to find out that as phenomenal and as exceptional and accomplished Shonda Rhimes was, she also struggled with a bit of self-doubt. While growing up, I just wanted to be accepted. I was sort of like a people pleaser. I wanted to be accepted everywhere that I go and all of that. And after reading Shonda Rhimes' book, I came to realize that it's okay to say no, because in the process of saying no, you end up saying yes to so many things. I saw myself through the eyes of Shonda Rhimes and many of us struggling, and it helped me to come into myself, to own who I was. Aside from Shonda Rhimes' book, another book that played a very significant role in my life has to be Sophia Morisso's self-esteem. So in 2015, I was back from NYSC Paraguay in Lagos. I was looking forward to getting a job in one of the big five, but that wasn't happening for me. And then it looked like entrepreneurship was going to be the way to go. Once again, self-doubt person. I had questions that happened in my mind. I wasn't sure if I was qualified to even venture into the uncertain world of entrepreneurship. It felt like, so many voices in my head. They heard you are studying English language for crying out loud. You don't even have a background in business management and all of that. But as soon as I stumbled on Sophia Morisso's story, it sort of like validated me. It gave me that pat on the back that I needed at that particular point in time to go right ahead and do this thing. Because guess what? Just like I was then, Sophia Morisso runs a vintage line, clothing line outside of Nigeria, somewhere in the US, and she was a rookie when she started off. She was also around my age range. So I could identify with her, and that was just what I needed to embark on the journey into entrepreneurship. I've been so many things at different points in my life in a short space of time. Between 2015 and now, I have been a product manager. Between 2015 and now, I have been a content marketer. I have been a bookseller. I have been a copywriter. I am still one. But beyond, just imagine any career path that involves you selling through storytelling. I've been that. And storytelling, of course, that plays a significant role in my life. And so sometime in 2017, when I stumbled on a book that addressed the issue of work-life balance, a book that questioned if women could have it all, a book that addressed issues around mommy guilt, I voraciously consumed it. I wanted to glean lessons from it because I wasn't sure again what the future held in store for me. And guess what? It was just that one attempt and that one experience that helped me deal with a case of sexual harassment that I faced later on in my workplace. How about I mention the phenomenal and vulnerable story of someone like Michelle Obama? In becoming, I found myself. I felt Michelle Obama finally saw me. I felt that someone eventually sees how I was severely struggling with, making sense of my life. I saw how, as a girl, next door, my dreams were valid and I could accomplish anything at all that I set my heart to. In becoming as well, I came to embrace the twists and turns, the detours, and all of the mixes, the good and the bad that my journey thus far had come with. And eventually, I came to realize that, in the process of you sitting down and getting a mirror into the minds of phenomenal women through their books, there are so many things that rub off your mind. There are so many things that empowers you to want to be so much more. So this is how I do it already. If anybody follows my personal page on social media, I do this a lot, and it happens most of the time in the midnight. It's either like, I'm so excited, I can't just even hold it back, and I just want to share, because I found out that very few women delight in something like this. Well, I met exceptional ones anyways. So sometime in the night when I'm done with my day's work, I just see myself on my Insta story, I write, this is how I read. I like my books, I'm very deliberate and intentional about the things that I'm learning from. And these are some of the books that I've read and how I go about them. So as a child, I never imagined that I was going to be a bookseller. I mean, I grew up watching animal film. Yeah. And because of that, I badly wanted to be a lawyer. I also remember how excited my brother was when he was telling me about bibliophile. I know he said so much about her. He said how much she was like a diplomat and how phenomenal she was. And all of those things created ideas in my head, and I knew I did not just want to be ordinary, I did just want to be building stuff. I might not be a lawyer now. I'm not yet a diplomat. I hope perhaps I turned out to be one someday. However, one thing is started for me, and it is the fact that over and over again, I have always been inspired by the phenomenal story of exceptional women. I love it when I read the story of women who have mastered the art of banditry. I love it when I read the story of women who have combined wits with brains and beauty. I love it when I read the story of women who are bold and drop-dead gorgeous. And I think it's a very rare combination. It has done so much for me. It has helped me to become who I am today. And I feel if you are aspiring to a point in time when you want to inspire other people, pay it forward, the best bet is for you to take some time out, to lock yourself in a book, and just get a window, a mirror into the minds of these people, and listen to their story. Let it inspire you, let it draw something on the inside of you. Because who knows, in the process of doing that, you might just be the next big thing that happens to the world. And what better way to go about learning or getting inspired about other people's stories, other people's books? Thank you.